ConnecTogether creates opportunities for people living with disabilities by providing information, resources, and programming geared towards greater inclusion and quality of life. Check out some of the programs we offer through our online learning platform, ConnecTogether, including our Service Mondays, where we highlight a local organization or initiative, Wednesday Chair Yoga with Bobbie Seale-Cobiskey, Thursday Adapted Fitness with Megan Williamson, Friday Rotating Dance Classes hosted by Janice Lawrence and Joanne Cuff, and other initiatives including presentations by the Disabled Independent Gardeners Association's Growable program and our Perspective series. Check out our updated programs calendar on our website, connectra.org, or find us on Facebook at ConnecTogether Society.
Okay, you can start.
Thanks, Kassar. So again, welcome to your seated adapted yoga practice. So as many of you know, everything that we do today will be done from a sitting position. So I think that for anyone that might be new to the class, checking it out, you will be delighted to discover just how much we can do seated in a chair. And so a few of the things that I like to have on hand that can be helpful to set us up for the class. And it might be a consideration before you come to class so you have these things handy. And so one of them would be a rolled up yoga mat. And so it can be an old yoga mat. And what I'd like to invite you to maybe explore doing for the beginning of the class is just placing it along your spine. And so it was a physiotherapist that brought programs, adaptive programs, or out into the community that showed this to me. And essentially what this does is it counters the support along our spine, counters some of the collapsing that I think most of us do in our day. So shoulders rolled forward, collapse in our chest, and so on. And so alternatively, you might have it at the end of the class to relax and, pardon me, into your final relaxation. So you can be leaning back on it. So the other yoga toy, so I refer to them as yoga toys, not yoga props. So the implication with props, toolbox, etc., is that we are broken and need fixing. And so that is definitely not the place I'm coming from. So yoga toys and lots of choices. And so one of my faves would be a yoga block placed between your feet. And so the idea with this is to encourage hip distance between our feet. So not a have to, they're just options to consider. So an invitation to begin your yoga practice by finding a comfortable sitting position. Sit in a way that you feel the most at ease. It is challenging for our nervous system to calm down if we were uncomfortable in our bodies. And then when you're ready, invitation to take your hands to your heart center. So it might be palms open, maybe palms together. If this placement of your hands makes you lose your balance, choose another placement for your hands. We never forfeit balance to come into a pose or movement. And lift your heart to your hands, bow your head to your heart. And an invitation to take a moment to allow yourself to consciously enter into the present. And setting aside whatever cares, concerns, worries you may have had before the yoga practice for the duration, knowing that you can come back to that after class. As ready, relax your arms by your sides, spiral your palms open, and then shake your hands vigorously. So reaching up to the sky, saying good afternoon, if you'd like, to our ancestors. And then coming forward a little, waving to our ancestors. And reaching up one more time. As high as feels comfortable for you. And then just like you're shaking water off your hands, let your arms float down by your side. And so inhale, reaching up to the sky. And this time I'd like you to make an audible sound, like a ha sound, if you will. Big sigh. Ah. Woohoo. It's yoga time. And so at this time, I'd like to invite you to sit in a space that you're supporting your spine. So if possible, move away from the back of the chair now so that you can feel your sits bones. So you're seated forward on your sits bones. Alternatively, if you need the back of the chair today for support, honor that. So yoga meets us right where we are. And so an invitation to soften your gaze. Our gaze moves downward. So you might look down at the floor 3 or 4 feet in front of you. Ground down through your sits bones. Maybe notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Our Buddha belly is soft. Spine is long, shoulders back and down. Relax your arms by your side or wherever feels most comfortable for you. Lift up through the crown of your head. So imagine you have a thread on top of your head and it's pulling you up to the sky. Our chin is level with the floor, tucked in slightly. Allow your facial muscles to soften and release. Our attention moves inward. Notice your alignment, knees, ankles, hips, shoulders stacked over hips. And then when you're ready, an invitation, without changing anything, to bring your awareness to your breath. So maybe noticing that as we inhale, our belly moves out. On exhale, belly moves in. Keeping one hand on your Buddha belly, take your other hand to your heart center, and maybe noticing the pattern of movement of your breath between your upper torso and your belly. And then see if you can begin to extend your breath. So when we extend our breath, it engages the relaxation response, allowing us to let go of stress, tension, and holding. At any point, if you notice your mind gets distracted and wants to wander off, know that that's okay. That's the nature of our mind. Simply bring your awareness back to your breath. Our old friend, our breath. Then lastly, see if you can add a quality of softness to your breath. So you might imagine that you just tasted something delicious. Or if you have a fur baby, you might imagine that you're stroking or petting your fur kid. See if you can bring some of that same softness to areas of your body that you feel are tight or knotted. Our breath is long and smooth and soft as we breathe in and as we breathe out. So just for a few more breaths, or as long as feels comfortable, keeping this simple breathing technique flowing. It's challenging to focus on the breath. You might explore bringing your awareness to the sounds around you. Sound is always in the present moment. I can hear the sound of a dog barking off in the distance. I can hear the sound of my neighbors doing work in the yard. Maybe noticing the gentle tone of my voice, and in a loving way, bring your awareness back to your breath. Just for a few more breaths, or as long as feels comfortable, keeping this simple breathing technique going. So if you'd like to add a little swaying movement to your breathing technique, this can be calming for our nervous system. And so wherever you are in your breath cycle, allow your breath to come back to its natural rhythm. Your natural rhythm. Maybe observing the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Drop your chin towards your chest. Gradually blink your eyes open. So we are falling awake, not asleep. Falling awake, not asleep. So I'd like you to notice, did you feel a subtle shift in your energy? So anytime we practice these simple breathing techniques, in a way it acts like a bridge between our body and our mind. And so when you're ready, an invitation to, again, shake your hands vigorously. So a little more vigorous this time. Get a little bum dancing there. A little more vigorous. All right. So let's repose. Ground through your feet, centering ground through the soles of your feet. We want to keep our connection with Mother Earth. We tend to start losing that. Root down through your sits bones. Maybe notice where your bum and your thighs are in contact with your seat. Our Buddha belly is soft, spine is long, shoulders back and down. Lift up through the crown of your head. Imagine a thread on top of your head pulling you up to the sky. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck. So if it's available to you, you might take 2 fingers to your chin. Imagine a turtle. And so I'd like to invite you to keep that lovely breath awareness throughout your practice today. And then when you're ready, take your hands together, rub your palms vigorously. Energize your hands, warm up your hands. So there's research now that shows what we've always known, really, that our hands are connected not only to our mind, but to our heart as well. And so I'd like you to just take your hands apart a little bit. You might feel a little warmth or heat. And bringing them closer together. And then rub your palms together again. And this time, as you're rubbing your palms together, your hands together, I want you to notice where in your body you're holding tension or stress. And then see if you can take some of that loving energy from your hands to that place. Open to receive. It's ready. Bring your hands together, rub them. And this time I want you to think of a new place in your body. And take your hands to that place. So moving on, let's transition into practice to release the tension in our neck. And so as much as possible, we'll be moving through the major joints today. So hopefully releasing, letting go of some of that stiffness that some of us wake up with, maybe helping to minimize pain. And so begin with that lovely sitting position. So you're sitting effortlessly upright. And then an invitation to begin to move your head up and down. So you bring your chin towards your chest gently. So your belly is soft, breath is quiet. As you look up, maybe you look up, your eyes meet where the ceiling meets the wall. So keeping this gentle movement flowing in your own time and rhythm. Now bring your head back to neutral. As ready, bring your ear towards your shoulder and then move from side to side. So if actually doing the physical movement doesn't feel right for you, if it doesn't feel good, I'd like to invite you today to explore visualizing the movement. Feel as though you are doing it. So imagination is powerful. Bring your head back to neutral. Turn your gaze, looking just past your shoulder. Pause, and then visualize moving your chin up and down slightly. Move your head back through center. Turn your gaze, looking just past your shoulder. Pause, visualize moving your chin up and down slightly. As ready, bring your head back to neutral. And so we've moved our cervical spine, our neck through its range of motion. Now we're going to move down along the spine. So with your hands resting on your thighs, you transition into a practice called cat and cow. So as ready, sliding your hands in towards your hips, arch your back. On exhale, rounding your back, draw your belly in towards your spine as you slide your hands towards your knees. Inhale, arch, lift your heart, lift your throat. On exhale, round. Draw your navel in towards your spine. An invitation in your own time and rhythm to keep this gentle warm up for your spine flowing. Move in a way that feels natural for you. So natural that your movements and your breath become one. As ready, come back to neutral spine. Relax your arms by your side, then rest your hands on your lap, palm up or down as desired. Maybe take a moment, notice which feels better for you, resting your palms face up, or does it feel better to rest your palms face down? If you are feeling restless, I'd like to invite you to explore resting your palms face down. So palms face down can encourage a grounding sensation. If you're feeling tired, an invitation to explore resting your palms face up, open to receive. And so moving on, I'm just going to commit a little bit. It's hard for me to see kind of who's live in the class from the distance, sitting in the chairs. So, okay. All right, so moving on, let's go into reaching towards the floor. So again, moving from side to side. Hold on to the underside of your chair wherever you need to feel stable and balanced. You might inhale to one side, exhale to the opposite side. If it works for you, you might imagine that you're seated between two panes of glass. So shoulder stacked over shoulder. As ready, come on back to a neutral spine. Rest your hands on your lap. Take a moment and we'll transition into a seated twist. So as ready, twisting from side to side. This is a gentle twist. We're not going into our full range of motion. So sliding our hands along our thighs can help increase our proprioceptive awareness. Knowing where our body is in relation to space. As ready, come back to a neutral spine. Take a moment. And then when you're ready, tap your fingers. If you'd like to play a brain game, you can explore tapping from your pinkies to your thumbs. Maybe play an air piano. Getting that synovial fluid flowing into all the little joints in our hands. So Mother Nature's WD-40. Bring your palms face up and then take your fingertips to touch your thumbs. So they might touch, they might not. Focus on what we can do. Stretch your palms, fingertips to touch your thumbs. Stretch your palms, fingertips to your thumbs. When you're ready, extend your arms, stretch your palms, make tight fists, draw your elbows in. Stretch your palms, tight fists, draw your elbows in. You feel your shoulder blades moving towards each other. Stretch your palms, tight fists, draw your elbows in. When you're ready, rest your hands on your lap and then take one wrist, circle in one direction. Circle in the opposite direction. Switch sides, so you might notice one wrist is tighter than the other. As human beings, we tend to be tighter on one side, circle in the opposite direction. When you're ready, release your arms by your side. We'll get some synovial fluid into our elbow joints. So spiral your palms open, bend your elbows, palms face away, and release. Spiral your palms open, bend your elbows, palms face away, and release. Let's do a little shake up. So I'd like you to reach your arm out to the side, spiral your palm open, and then rotate your palm down. The thumb rolls down towards the earth, floor. So moving with your breath. Maybe exploring reaching up a little higher. And then I'd like you to imagine with your palm face down as you release that you're moving your hand through your body. Spiral your palm open, reach up to the sky, palm face down, release your hand. And one more time. Turn your palm face up, reach up to the sky. Palm face down, release. And other side. So whatever we do on one side, we do on the other if possible. So spiral, palm open. Yeah. Maybe exploring, reaching up a little higher. And with your palm face down, release your arms. So imagine you're moving your hand through golden. Spiral your palm up. Palm face down, release. So one more time. Reaching up to the sky. Palm face down, release. Shake up. So let's go for a yoga swim. So backstroke. About breaststroke. Side stroke. And lastly, butterfly. So your arms relax down by your side. Whew. Rest your hands on your lap, palm up or down as desired. And take a moment to let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. So your natural rhythm, maybe noticing the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. So from here, we'll transition into a practice called finding your balance. And so we've warmed up our neck, our shoulders, our arms. Presumably we're in our body and awake, more energized. And so from here, finding our balance. So the best definition to date of balance that I've heard, many of you have heard me repeat this. So balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. And so worth repeating, balance, the equal distribution of presence throughout our entire body. And so one caveat, if you know that balance is a challenge for you, we are going to be moving forward and back in the chair. So make sure that you have whatever device you need to keep you stable in your chair. And so here we go. So we're sitting up nice and tall, feet are placed evenly on our footrests or on the floor. Sits bones are sharp on the chair, spine long, shoulders back and down. Lift up through the crown of your head. As you're ready, maybe taking your hands in towards your hips. So if open palms hurts, you might have soft fists. Maybe you're taking hold of the underside of your chair. And so on inhale, lengthen your spine. On exhale, hinging from the hips, come forward. So noticing that sometimes when you come into a forward bend, our chin wants to jut up. So if your chin's jutting up, tuck it in slightly. And then pressing down through your inner heel. So it might be an energetic pushing down. Rock back up. An invitation in your own time and rhythm to keep this gentle movement flowing. And sometimes it can be interesting to practice these gentle movements with our eyes closed. And slowly come on back to neutral spine. Maybe relax your arms by your side. Rest your hands on your lap. Check in, take a moment. Let your belly soften, your breath come back to its natural rhythm. And from here, I'd like to invite you again with your hands at your hips to circle your heart forward and then circle back. So this movement can feel a little bit strange if you're not accustomed to it. So I'd really like to encourage you to move with your breath. And so when we move with our breath, magical things happen. And then as ready, reverse the direction. So as you begin to feel your hips, your lower back soften and release, see if you can go a little bit deeper. So moving your shoulders towards your knees. Of course, you are not going to come all the way down. And slowly come on back to stillness. Relax your arms by your side and rest your hands on your lap. And take a moment to let your breath come back to its natural rhythm. So you might observe the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. Time check. So from here, an invitation to repose. Sit up tall, push down through one foot, then push down through the opposite foot. So Matthew Sanford, one of the teachers I studied with just for a little window of time, would say that we have to go down to go up. So my hope for you during your yoga practice, the sensations I'd like you to experience are one of grounding, balance, rhythm, and expansion. So push down through your feet. Might be an energetic pushing down. Lengthen up through your spine, shoulders back and down. Lift up through the crown of your head. Imagine that beautiful thread pulling you up to the sky. Our chin is tucked in slightly, level with the floor. And so an invitation to explore with me coming into a side bend. So I'd like you to take hold of the underside of your chair. Release your opposite arm by your side. So if you are a wheelchair user, you may well have an arm rest that you can rest your forearm on. If that feels better for you, go for it. Yes, so whatever feels right for you. And so turn your palm face up. Take your hand to your shoulder. So if you have shoulder issues, placing your hand on your shoulder might be the placement for your arm in your hand today. Alternatively, it might feel okay to reach up and over. So coming into your side bend, turn your gaze down towards the floor to release your neck, and then breathe into your rib cage. So can you imagine breathing in below your rib cage? And release. So whatever we practice on one side, we practice on the other if possible. So an invitation to take hold of the underside of your chair, release your opposite arm by your side, palm face up. So you're taking your hand to your shoulder, maybe reaching up and over. Keep the sit bone that you're moving away from on the chair. And release. So let's practice this one more time. This time I want you to notice if you felt a little shift in your body. So taking hold of the underside of the chair, release your opposite arm by your side. Take your arm up to your place. Come into your side bend. So I want you to avoid collapsing forward. Roll your shoulder back. And release. Other side, hold the chair, arm by your side, palm face up, reach up and over, coming into your side bend. And release. Let's do a little shake out. So from here, let's come into a seated twist. So we're going to come into a deeper version this time. And so, if possible, I'd like you to bring your feet so that they're a little wider than outer hip bone distance, if possible. So your knees are tracking over your ankles. It's okay to have your feet turned out a little bit. And so on inhale, lengthen your spine so we can create space in between our vertebrae. And then on your exhale, reach across your opposite knee or thigh with one hand. Your other hand comes beside you on the chair behind you. Our head turns left. And so you can see we're already into the twist at this point. And so there are some contraindications. If you have osteopenia, osteoarthritis, you do not want to go any deeper than this. If you don't, I'd like to invite you to inhale, lengthen your spine, and then beginning at the base of your spine, moving up one vertebrae at a time, twist. So soft gaze, focused inward. And slowly unwind, come back to a neutral spine. Take a moment. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. This might be your pose today, honoring where you are today. Maybe going a little deeper if you'd like. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. And slowly come on back to neutral spine. So let's rock and roll. We'll flow in and out of the twist. So reaching up to the sky on an inhale. On an exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, twist. Come on back to neutral spine. So the twist, the side bends, pretty intense spinal movement. So we need to realign our spine. And we can do that with the seated forward fold. So I'd like you to take hold of the underside of your chair. Sitting up nice and tall, hinging from the hips. Come forward with a flat back. Tuck your chin in slightly to release the back of your neck, and then breathe into your lower back. You might imagine that your lungs are in your lower back. So if it's helpful, you could slide your feet forward a little bit. Notice how you feel in the forward bend. So forward bends typically are calming for our nervous system. And then as ready, push down through your inner heels. Place one hand on each knee or thigh. Come on back up. Okay. So before we move into practice called sun salutation, I'd like to share a breathing technique with you called breath of joy. And so energizing. Breath of joy is 3 inhales through our nose and then an exhale through our mouth. And we can add arm movements to it. And so here we go. Inhale, 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 and drop. So 2 more rounds. Breath of joy. Inhale, 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 and drop. One last time. Inhale, 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 And so I want you to place your hands just a little bit apart. Soften your gaze or close your eyes softly. See if you notice any subtle sensations between your hands. So no right or wrong. You might bring your hands a little further apart, closer together. Palms face up. Inhale, reach up to the sky. So maybe feeling a lightness. Palms face down, release. Bring your palms face up, reach up to the sky. And on your exhale, this time I'd like to invite you to explore making the sound ma to honor Mother Earth. Ma. Inhale. Feeling a lightness. Exhale, ma. So from here, we're going to transition into sun salutation. And so I was looking at some of my notes in this lovely little book that I have. There are little quotes and little pieces of writing that really inspired me through the years. And this traveled with me to India and back, so I've quite cherished. And one of the things that it opened up to today was a definition of sun salutation that I really like. And so hopefully I can find it quickly. I want to share it with you. Thought I had it open there. So essentially, sun salutations are heating, energizing. So we're moving through all the major joints. So here we go. So sun salutation. Modern yoga, according to popular legend, well known, sun salutation was originally practiced both as a morning prayer to the sun and as a physical and spiritual preparation for warriors. Based on a series of back bends and forward bends, the sun salutations warms and energizes the body, giving an overall stretch to the major muscle groups. So there you have it. Sun salutation. So make sure your feet are placed evenly on the floor. Sits bones are sharp on the chair. Spine is long, shoulders back and down. Lift up through the crown of your head. Imagine that thread pulling you up to the sky. Your chin is tucked in slightly level with the floor. Come into mountain pose. Take your hands to your heart center. Reach up to the sky, gentle back arch. So bend from the shoulders. Hinging from the hips, forward fold, take hold of the underside of your chair, tuck your chin in slightly. Downward facing dog, rest your forearms on your lap, press down through your inner heels, push down. Baby cobra, place your hands on your thighs, draw your elbows in towards your torso. Lift your heart, lift up through the crown of your head. Cat and cow, and exhale, round your back. As you round your back, draw your belly in towards your spine. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Come back to neutral spine. Warrior one. So if possible, step your foot just under the front of your chair, toes tucked under. Alternatively, you might be visualizing a movement. Sorry. If you'd like, you can add the opposite arm. So warrior one. Float your arm down. Step your foot back. Hinging from the hips, come into a forward fold. Spiral your palms open, reach up to the sky. Take a look between your palms if it doesn't create tension in your neck, and then maybe our hands come together in prayer down through to the heart. So bowing our head towards our heart gives us a little nerve flossing for our neck. And so let's practice one more round. Mountain pose. Take your hands to your heart center. Reach up to the sky, gentle back arch. Hinging from the hips, come into a forward fold, forward bend. Pressing down through your inner heels, forearms on your lap, downward facing dog. Baby cobra, place your hands on your lap, draw your elbows in, lift your heart, lift up through the crown of your head. On exhale, round your back. As you round your back, cat and cow, navel in towards your spine. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Come back to a neutral spine, transitioning into warrior one on the other side. If you'd like, step your foot underneath your chair, toes tucked under. Add the opposite arm if you'd like. Warrior one, have a soft bend in your elbow. Nothing rigid. Float your arm down, step your foot back, hinging from the hips, forward fold. Palms face up, reach up to the sky. Maybe our hands come together in prayer down through to the heart. Place one hand on your Buddha belly, the other on your heart center. And take a moment to maybe feel the rise and fall of your chest and your belly. We are going to come down off the mountain now. So I'd like you to come seated comfortably back in your chair. So it is definitely feeling like we're transitioning into fall. It's a bit cooler today, at least on the Sunshine Coast. So make sure you have what you need to feel comfortable. And so that might be placing the yoga mat along your spine. If you happen to have something that you can place on your lap that holds a bit of weight, that can encourage a grounding sensation. And so I think today we will have just a few moments of a guided meditation and then transition into your final relaxation. So an invitation to explore mudras, hand gestures were created to help us focus our mind. And so this hand gesture is called the mudra, hand gesture of calm abiding. So simply placing your hands, palms face down on your lap. Draw your hands in towards your hip creases. So if you'd like, you can think of when you bring your hands into a mudra, think of it as connecting with your higher self or your higher power. Look down and into your heart, see what you can see. And then an invitation to breathe into your heart. So breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. As my in-breath grows deep, my out-breath grows slow. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know that this is a wonderful moment. Breathing in, I calm my body. Breathing out, I smile. Dwelling in the present moment, I know this is a wonderful moment. And so we'll sit and breathe together for a few moments with a gentle reminder. Breathing. Come into whatever comfortable seated position you'd like for your final relaxation. So eyes are closed softly, focused inward, or soften your gaze. Rest your hands, palms face up or down as desired. Soft palms, soft Buddha belly, the area between our navel and our pubic bone. Quiet breath. Allow your breath to reflect the pose. Relax your jaw and clench your teeth. Let there be a little space between your teeth. Soften your lower jaw. Soften around your temples. Soften the area between your eyebrows. Wide forehead. Silently, if you'd like, on inhale, saying let. On exhale, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. It's challenging to focus on the mind, or if it's challenging to quiet the mind. Placing our hands on our Buddha belly, bringing our awareness to our breath can be helpful. So wherever you are in your breath cycle, let your breath just come to its natural rhythm. Thank your body again. So our bodies are the best home our mind will ever have. And when it's ready, maybe wiggle your fingers and toes, hands and feet, waking up. Rub the tips of your fingers with your thumbs if you'd like. And come on up seated comfortably to finish your practice. So notice how you feel before and after your yoga practice. Questions or feedback, always love to hear from you. Kassar and I'll hang out for a few minutes after. And so in the meantime, the teacher me honors and appreciates the teacher in each of you. All peace, peace, peace. Thank you. So I'm going to move into the iPad a little closer so I can see you a little better.
Bobbie, I was hearing a cricket. It's very relaxing.
Oh,
I
I'm
love
so
that sound.
crickets.
Yeah.
I have fond memories of crickets since I was a kid, growing up in a big old farmhouse. Thanks a lot. Love the crickets. Good day from Marnie. I guess others heard them too.
Yeah.
No crickets in the city, I guess.
No.
No.
Anyway, thank you very much.
You're welcome,
Thank you,
Janet.
Connector.
Bye, Mercedes.
Okay, Bobbie. See you next.
Oh, sorry.
Bye.
So
Did you
do
get the
you say-
email?
yeah, let me check.
Yeah, you can try.
Okay, let me just check. So it means
Yeah.
taking a minute here. Yeah, it hasn't for some reason been coming to it comes to my phone, but not to my email address on my iPad. I don't understand. Yeah, it
Yeah,
didn't.
it shouldn't be. It should be both places.
Yeah, I
If
don't
it's
know.
the same email, then it should go to that email. That's it.
Yeah, no, it's not for some reason. So I'm gonna have to get some help to
Hmm.
try and figure that out. I have no idea. It's a mystery to me. That's why I've been signing on each week.
Hmm.
You know, just because, are you there? Yeah. I just do this whole convoluted thing to try and get into class, and I've been tracking back through emails from 1,000 years ago and so on. So
Actually, I was waiting for you to come. So I was there from like 15 minutes early. Then I
wow,
waited. Then I said, okay, you're not coming. I'll just tell everyone that we are waiting for you. But you were there. So
this guy talk.
because I just look at the names like who is coming. So I don't let anybody in till you are there.
Okay, well now I know. I wasn't
Hmm.
sure. I was just hoping I could get in via Jacques' invitation, but
Something like that, just change the name so then I know that it's you.
sure. Can I change it myself?
Yeah,
I can. Oh,
just right click on it and it will say rename. So you name it differently.
oh, okay. Well, I'll try that too. I'll keep that in mind.
Hmm.
But in the meantime, I'm going to try and figure out why the emails aren't coming.
They shouldn't do that. Like if you are emailing somebody on that email
Yeah.
and the same email you open anywhere, everything should be there.
Yeah, you would think.
Hmm.
Yeah.
If you refresh it, does it come back or does it show after it comes on the phone?
I know you sent an invite about quite early today
Mhm.
or whatever. So I got it, like I said,
Mhm.
on my email here, Yoga Ability International, at like 10 something, I think. You
Is
sent
it
it.
Hotmail or Gmail?
Yeah. So do you send it as COSAR or ConnectRep?
Connector.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Jacques' invite at 11:31, or his response saying he
Is it
couldn't make,
going to junk?
he was saying, maybe that's an idea. Maybe it is. It doesn't appear to be, no.
No.
I'll figure it out. I have a friend who's a techie guy, brilliant guy, and he's offered to help me out a little bit. So
Because it should be there. It is hiding somewhere.
yeah, for sure. It's hiding all right. You know, I like to sign on early, at least, 10, 15 minutes early.
Yeah. Because I was there 10, 15 minutes early, but then I didn't see you. So I just waited till exactly 12 o'clock.
Wow.
Okay, let me let everybody in. I'll tell them that we are waiting for you.
Yeah.
But you were there, so that was fine.
So a side note, not related, if you know anyone that's interested, Kosser, I'm starting the in-person at the Spinal Cord Center this Friday.
Sure.
And
Good luck.
delighted to be starting again. So
Mhm.
let's share that with our community. Any references or is it referral?
100%.
Would be great. So anyway, I won't keep you any longer.
Thank you.
I'm scooping ice cream until the end of October.
Oh, and the end of October, okay. But now it will slow down.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Mm.
Thanks. It's been a busy season.
Okay. See you next week.
All right, Kassar. Bye. Take care.